Whoa. Hello guys, hello and welcome. Here we are again on our online streaming session. And I'm Alex and here we are today to make some profit. So, we are trading bitcoins on bit7.com. That's a very convenient platform. There's many options for you to trade for cryptocurrencies. That's That's Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and Ripple. Today we're gonna try Bitcoin again. We gonna do some. Hello, Bit7 Crypto. Nice to meet you. Do you hear me well? Do you understand what I'm saying? Bit7 Crypto, если ты хорошо меня слышишь, напиши что-нибудь в чат. Там, я тебя хорошо слышу. Okay. So, uh, let's return to our daily charts. Okay. Битсен Крипто, если ты меня нормально слышишь, напиши в чат, там, звук хороший. Я таким образом пойму вообще, как там работает что-то, есть какая-то задержка или нет. Во, отлично, супер. Okay, so let's return to our business. Today we have Bit7. Today we have Bitcoins, and let's see what do we have on our chart. We have this picture. So the latest trend is obviously flat. It's not very good because it's not very convenient to make profit on flat trend. But anyway, there is also some strategies. If you were trading just before we started, it was a good time to make some profit. We had some obvious clear trends, just nice to guess. And also, by the way, that's 3 minutes Japanese candlestick we're watching on Heikin Ashi candles. I think they're cool. Yes, they're smooth and they're not like just like you can make more assertive decisions. So let's see what do we have. If we look at the 15 minutes, and today we have the GMT time, and that's what happened before. In general, today is a downtrend. Well, not so surprising because the general trend on Bitcoin is bearish, as you know, because news are not very positive. The ETFs is still not going to be approved, but believe me, the time comes and they will be approved. You can learn everything about that on our main blog. So you can get yourself an impression on what is going on and make some get some investment ideas. That's for all guys of you who trading on news. But today we kind of like trading intraday and even intra hour, so no fundamentals here. That's raw straight technical analysis, and we're gonna try different styles, ideas. Also, you're welcome to help me do this. If you have some um, ideas, maybe you want to give me advice or give me some tips, you're welcome. Because this streaming session is not only to show you the capabilities or show that we can make profit, but that's for our conversation, for discussions, it's for sharing our experience. So, um, so, the general trend is downward, and right now it is flat. As you can see, if anyone have watched our previous stream, so you can see that something added up. Yes, I'm experimenting with different indicators, with uh, different signals. So today I've read an interesting article about scalping in the short intervals, and it said that it was called ribbon strategy. So let's see. Mhm. Here in the interface you can add moving average. See, I have three of those, and uh, that's three lines, and we have they are all with different length. Uh, that's like uh, the first one. The first one is short. The first one is for catching rapid trends, rapid movements. The second is 8 length, and the last one is 13. So the last one, blue one, it's like more powerful long trends, and the red one, it's for short movements, and the 8 MA with 8 length, it's something in between. Yeah. So what we can see here, oh, something interesting. Let's take a look. Uh, we have that's called overbought zone. Yes. And we have uh, but it's like 15. That's interesting case if you change your graphics to 5 minutes or 3 minutes, you can see actually different picture here. Let's take a look. Yes, and here it's not actually anything. Well. Let's see, and here, and on this one it didn't cross. So it depends on what you on your preparations of what parameters you're working with. But anyway, it's actually over the line. It is over the line, and we see that oh, it's kind of strange because it like kind of showed an upward movement, but what we actually see here, all lines are showing up, and and mm-hmm. Car industry, uh, because well, that's a flat part, but maybe this kind of big trend, maybe it will have a prolongation. Maybe we have an opportunity to enter, but Actually, this one is showing me not to enter. Oh, it's going down. Ah, it's going down. This is, by the way, the stochastic indicator. Uh, the general idea is when you cross this line, you get an overbought zone, and it indicates the change of trend, obviously. And if you cross that line, it indicates the change of trend, but in the reverse. So it kind of like mm, and this reliance tells us that generally, just my considerations, we have something like here. The red line is the fastest, show us goes up. That means that short term is going up, and purple one is going up with pretty sharp angle. So that seems to me that this will continue, but the blue one is not very, it's like it's going up but just close to being flat. So if we enter right here, I think we have a pretty chance that it will correct. It will it will correct and stay something like it's like closer to flat movement. Okay. By the way, the previous time we were talking about Japanese candlesticks. It's very convenient tool, and we have different types of Japanese candlesticks. The classical ones and Heikin Ashi, which are more smooth. So let's look at traditional. Oh, it's like more interesting picture. Yes, yes, I was right. It is a correction, and it will change. It will yes, and blue line goes to. Well, I like the view of Heikin Ashi, but actually, I think the classical ones are more sensitive, in a way that you it shows you, it's like give you more information on trend change, because Heikin Ashi is like they're beautiful. When you look in the past, they show clearer and oh no 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 no, that's not what I wanted. Hey, come on. Okay, let's restart this thing. So, well, there, like, it's when you look the history, when you look the something that happened in the past, they are so smooth and right, and it seems so logical. But it's not so good when you, because the most interesting time is now. If you, because now we can enter the market and make some profit, but for making a decision it's not so convenient. So let's switch to traditional candles, and yes, so this is an interesting experience, because this thing and actually these lines showed me that it was not very good time to enter the market, because we will have a correction, we'll have correction down. So it's kind of interesting instruments, you see. Actually, many people say that you have to combine different tools. You have one friend of mine told me that he uses maybe like three indicators, and if two of them tells him to sell to buy, he does. But it's combined decision. So we're experimenting and learning how to make decision based on different indicators. And what we see is going down. So, oh, it's not go. It's actually flat. It will go slightly up, slightly down, slightly up, slightly down. Well, it's not so good actually because I want to. You know this kind of state when you're ready, you're charged, uh, you want to trade, and kind of flat trend is not good time because you don't know where it goes. Actually, it seems like it's going up and then it's again going down, and something like something like it's going down. Let's see the minutes. Oh yes, it's going down. uh, Kind of nice figure in terms of Japanese candlesticks. That's called gravestone. Um, but actually, it's like continuing downtrend. Maybe a few ticks later we will have this movement and we can make. But anyway, the situation is not very good. Situation is not very good. Well, maybe let's consider some long term. Yeah, let's consider some long term. What do we have? What do we have? Well, it's like it's a struggle. The bears and the bulls, and they balanced pretty much. Well, it shows us generally. Well, kind of. It's just like slightly bulls are slightly over, but not so much. Mm, there was a big fall before good rise. So all you people who traded like from 6 o'clock GMT yesterday to 6 o'clock today, I mean GMT time, that was a good time because clear trends, clear trends. Actually, it's not like perfect, but this anyway. That's with a minor playback. It's pretty much a downward trend. So all guys who traded on sell made a good profit. So how much it was? Mm, it was about. Oh, it was about. It was about $60. Mm, that's a nice one. That's a nice one. Okay, okay. Maybe. So, what options do we have? Of course, we have two options. We have three options. Option number one. I mean, by option, I mean something like entering a market. Option number one, we can open a position to sell, and maybe this is in how much. I think it can make us some small profit in a short term, and we can make a position to buy, but that's long term because the general movement is kinda, but also it's not a strict. Let's get this. How you get here? It was a very nice tool to draw a line, but I forgot. I notice. Oh, sorry guys, I forgot to do one very important thing. So, okay, just wait a second. Okay, guys. So I'm back. Nothing really changed much. Don't you be shy by that. Let's kind of do this stuff so we can. You can do this. You can just kind of put some marker here. Interesting. Yep. So, well, kind of anyway, the market is split right now. So, guys, I have to log into my account first. And that's So let's resume. Uh, that can show us a downward movement. Maybe like so. Volatility is not so big on this time frame. It's kind of we have to remember about commission. So if commission is not, if our movement is not big enough to cover the commission, then it's no profit. So let's see. Also, by the way, like how much the volatility is? Like 9. Okay, just so if we had a good guess at the top of this peak, we could have earned something. So it means I have to be more aggressive. And this one showed right. Yep, like rapid. But this one was so maybe like something. Yep, in here. In here. Yep. We had, yeah, yeah, that was a good opportunity, and we lost it. It's no time. It's not time for us. Okay, guys. So interesting, but if we show it like this, what will have? It shows us something like straight line now. It's not very informative, and yes, as always, Heiken Ashi is good when you're analyzing the past history, but it's not so good for predicting. And the trends slightly going to reverse. That's stochastic says. It's not me. It's classical and bars. It's like nothing. It gives us nothing. It's like star shape. Yep. Well, and this one is star shape. So about the lines of support and resistance, what do we have here? Like the previous, it's like corrected, went minimum, next minimum was up, so it's like an upward trend, and then it went down, and it almost Yes, and it's, well, it's kind of strange, yes, because it's this minimum broke through this uh, support level, but actually it was like more an occasional peak, and it went straight up, but then it went again straight down. So maybe actually yes. Um, so a good analyst could have predicted this one for sure. It is going up again, and it is going up. Like, what do we have here? It's interesting concept also about levels of resistance and support, and I'm going to implement this kind of thing also. So we should expect something like, well, the latest maximum like this or this, and this one is 3 and this one is should, well, 10 points. That's not bad. That's not bad. So obviously it goes up. It goes up or not. What moving average tells us? Moving average tells us that it, well, it depends on the next tick. If it corrects, then I think it's going up for sure. So like uh, we could have earned 10 points there, and maybe like, how much is this? Maybe like 5 points there. So trading intraday is like small amounts of profit. You get 5 points there, 10 points there, and also of course you look for big movements, but you keep cutting, scalping uh, for short amounts. So and if you have pretty decent deposit and maybe even some leverage, then your total profit is pretty decent also. But it requires you to be present at the trading terminal all the day, all the time. Keep on trading for like all your no, it's like a full-time job. When you're trading more long-term, you can open a position and return to it after a day or two, a week. Well, in classical trading, everything that's shorter than like week is considered a short position, and something like for 2 weeks and longer is a long position. But I think it's not so strict in modern times because you know, everything changed so fast. The influence of information today is much more stronger, in my opinion. You can open long position and news came and it all goes mess. Because information spreads very fast and it spreads with overwhelming speed. It spreads like fire in the forest, and news come and the whole world knows about them just in seconds, minutes, and hours. And also, it's interesting thing about Bitcoin and economical situation, the fundamentals. Bitcoin is not so sensitive like you say, like indices, options, and so on. It's You need some time to see the influences of this news or events. They happen, of course. I think that if uh, if SEC will approve the ETF, we will see it right away. Maybe I'm not sure that it will be just like we will see the huge peak in an hour, but you will see the results like the same day. It's no doubt. Also, we're waiting for Buck platform to fully open up. Uh, I think that's also will be a big positive influence on the Bitcoin. What do we see here in general? In general, we see a flat trend. A flat trend, a struggle. Well, if you're an aggressive trader and you're keen to scalping, then you could make some points there, some points here. But if you are more cautious one, and today I have a pretty cautious mood, uh, you are not going to enter on this flat trend, a flat movement. So let's have a look. What do we have on another currencies? Maybe there's some more volatility here. hmm Let's take comparative analysis. Uh, Many friends of mine who are pro traders say that Bitcoin and Ethereum and Ripple, the Ethereum, Litecoin, Ripple, I mean these cryptocurrencies which are presented here, they have a strong correlation to Bitcoin. And we see that this is pretty much it. So we have like downward movement, and yes, we have the same scale. It's important. It's very convenient, by the way, that all my indicators automatically showed up here. So like this time and this, oh, the scale is absolutely the same, and it went like flat and slightly up and down, and here we have, oh, it's correlated but not so. Litecoin, no, Ethereum is not so flat. It's more like having a steps, and it had a huge step, and generally it had more volatility because because yeah. So but like there. Mm, well, it's more important for I mean for training because it's like mm, it's like assertive movements down with slight correction, but it's pretty much clear. It's like almost straight flat, that it's down, and then it's slight correction, and it's again pretty much down. So you can actually, it's like this pattern is also kind of star, and if you enter here and well, but not here, but something here. If you have entered here, you could make a huge profit. Well, take some nerves to overcome the correction, but it's not so much. And it goes more volatility here. It's kind of nice. Well, volatility is have its dark sides and good sides because volatility is like possibility to have profit, but also it's more risky. It's more risky, and you have to have an eye for your cut loss. Yes, because if your cut loss is not very big, and yeah, actually, especially if you play with leverage from like 10 or no 10 is pretty safe, but about 50 or 100, then you have a very small cut loss, and if you don't keep an eye for it and you have a pretty volatile market like there, you have a good chance that you will have an auto sell, and that's losing your money. Okay. So let's have a look at the Litecoin. And this is much like Bitcoin chart. So Litecoin is even more correlated to Bitcoin than Ethereum. Interesting, yes. Uh, and today is not a good time to work on Litecoin because it's pretty much flat with the slight movements. And the big, actually, by the way, it's an interesting idea that if we have movements on all the charts, yep, maybe something happened. We have movements on all the charts from like 14 o'clock here, here, and here. And what shows a ripple? And Ripple is less correlated cryptocurrency of all, and that's not a coincidence. That's not occasional because Ripple is Ripple has a different structure. It's less decentralized, and it has another way of promotions, another markets, and it's kind of pretty different. We have a lot of videos about Ripple, and we have video about Ripple in particular. Its perspectives, its chances to overcome Bitcoin, to have a big capitalization. So Ripple is different. You gotta know this. Ripple is different. And you see when these guys, they're pretty much all the same. They have the recent good trend up, and Ripple does not correspond. Ripple does not correlate to them. It goes an upward movement and flat and going down. So it's kind of like opposite, but so I think my personal idea, if you're working on those for cryptocurrencies, you can make different conclusions based on comparison of them. You can compare and make some conclusions. So, for example, all these guys go up. Yes, so up movement, and slight up movement. It's almost kind of flat, but it's, well, it's not like 100% correlation. If it were like total correlation, that nobody would trade on these currencies. Everyone would be trading on Bitcoin only. No, they are not totally, but okay, it's slight but upward movement. And Ripple is not. Ripple is not. So if you want to make if you want to invent yourself a new trading strategy, you could try maybe trading. If we get a hypothesis that that Litecoin and Ethereum is correlated, then if we see evident up movement on Bitcoin, we can enter a market on correlated currencies, for example Litecoin, and have some, but it's not, well, yes, like for me, or maybe it's just a trend of this day, Litecoin is most correlated to Bitcoin, and Ethereum is kind of like, yes, it goes, but it's more like flat, uncertain kind of state of things. But anyway, it has that movement. And if you want to trade something, if for example situation of Bitcoin is not very good for today, you can try to change for something pretty much different, like Ripple. Yes, but it's not kind of like today we have well, we have some movements, but it's kind of struggle, it's risky. And Ripple, yes, it does not correlate to Bitcoin, but it is also a flat line. It is also a flat, well, it's not kind of flat line, but it's like it's keeping in a very narrow channel. It's keeping in a very narrow channel. Okay, let's see. So let's return to our Bitcoin because our deposit is in Bitcoin for now. Let's have a look on different indicators. Let's see what will show us this one. And it shows us pretty much the same. Pretty much the same. Okay, wait. Mm-hmm. Okay, interesting picture. By the way, we have a new video on our channel about different indicators. That's our analytics playlist, and also the fresh one. Well, it's not fresh one. You will see it maybe like Friday. I don't know, but it needs to be edited first. But today we have a video about Bollinger Bands. I advise you to have a look at this. And this is very interesting things. Bollinger Bands. Bollinger Bands. Stuff. It's like a formula of star. And it went down, it went up. I think it will be a smooth parabola to up. And like, let's see what our predictions. So we can strike through. And also did not make it. Nope, I'm not right. Maybe it goes like more lower. How about looking on the EMA? Maybe it's interesting what we'll have. Where's our EMA? Okay, let's see double. No, it will go straight down. It will go straight down. This one. Well, kind of guys, I'm playing with indicators because uh, market is pretty much unstable, and you know, kind of these movements like 4, 5, 3 to 10. Well, that's maybe good enough, but today I'm not in aggressive mood. I'm pretty cautious. So let's just test some techniques. Okay. And this one is like MMA. So by the way, if you want to change color, it's done like this. It's done like this. Yeah, like kind of brownish style. Mm, yeah, downward movement, and we are Bitcoins. Yeah, so guys, those of you who want to take risk, you can enter. You can enter, and maybe you have. So let's zoom here. Mhm. Oh, maybe not. Like Winnie the Pooh said. Uh, Maybe or maybe not. You can never tell with the bees. So it's a good question. Will it go up? It's kind of like, I think it will bounce up from this line of support. This oversold zone. Hmm. It will go down pretty much, but not so much. So if you want to like go for some points, not so much. You can do this. Okay, so today we have tried many different techniques and we tried candlestick patterns with stochastic indicator. We have video on that guy, and also we tried a new strategy on like ribbon. It's called ribbons, free moving averages with different time window. So it showed up pretty much good, but the kind of flat style of market is not very good for me now. So maybe next time we will have more aggressive scalping. So we have a lot more new to come. We're waiting for you. Actually, we have a chat right now, so you can post. You're free to write, to ask a question, maybe suggest an idea. We can talk about many different things because you see, we have time. When the market goes up or down, we have time to talk. And I'm very interested in what are my followers. So, guys, you're welcome to chat or post to make a comments. And today my streaming session is over, and I'm waiting for the next time. See you later. Bye bye. And don't forget to join bit7.com.